Well, back to school season is here, and for many parents, that means worrying about busy streets, unsafe crosswalks, and whether kids can safely walk or bike to school. But what if we were here to tell you today that a local organization is turning fear into action? They're here to tell us all about their Safe Routes to School initiative, and this isn't just about crossing the street, it's about building communities where everyone can thrive. Now let's welcome Civic Thread Executive Director Kiara Reed and their Senior Project Manager, Christina Zhang. Hello, ladies.
Hi,
Thank you for joining us. I'm very interested in this subject. Kiara, let's start with you. Sure. What is Civic Thread and what inspires you guys to work right here in Sacramento?
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Civic Thread is a nonprofit planning organization. We started in 1998 as Walk Sacramento, really as an all-volunteer organization. And for the past 25 years, we've really focused on advocating for, implementing, and inspiring health equity in the built environment.
Yeah.
We do that through systems change, people-centered policy, and Safe Routes to School planning and program implementation.
Awesome. That's super cool. Christina, let's talk about what's so important right now because it's back to school. Why are these safe routes so important right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll start first by explaining more about the Safe Routes initiative.
Okay.
So for Safe Routes to School, it's really the concept of making sure that all folks have an accessible and a safe way to get to their destination.
Yeah.
And so what you mentioned about back to school season, we know how busy that gets, whether you're going to school for the first time and you're navigating that new route. Our job here is to make sure that students and their families have the education and they have the skills to utilize their sidewalks and their bike lanes safely and understand how to use those things to get to their school, because we know not everyone has the privilege of having a car, but there's also an environmental aspect of it, of wanting to decongest our streets. And so that's where we come in. Safe Routes to School in Sacramento, where we work in, oftentimes gets paired with infrastructure changes. So say Sacramento County Department of Transportation, they're going to fix a corridor. Mm-hmm. We come in and we help do the non-infrastructure component, which is now helping folks know how to utilize those avenues.
Okay, awesome. Let's talk about some of the challenges that our pedestrians and our bikers are facing right here in Sacramento, and how is your organization addressing all of these? Because we know it can be kind of a scary place to walk around sometimes. Yeah,
Totally. So Sacramento is one of the most dangerous places for pedestrian and cyclists in the United States, top 20 most dangerous.
Wow.
Recently noted by dangerous by design.
Okay.
So what that means is that if you are walking and biking, you have a higher risk of being struck and killed by a vehicle.
Wow.
And that goes up if you live in a low-income community and if you are a person of color. Right. And so we know that our communities they're facing a lot of challenges, right? Mm-hmm. And so what we need to make sure that we have plans and funding that can go into our communities that can make impacts and can make changes that not only are making safer communities, but are thinking about the overall health and livelihood of the people living in those communities.
Okay. And let's just, for our viewers at home, how can we help them out and get involved in order to make it safe here for everyone?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a few ways. The city of Sacramento and really any jurisdiction, they have different plans that they are working on to make our streets safer. Okay. A lot of jurisdictions have really great plans that they've worked on. I think the challenge is always funding and making sure that we can put those plans in action and get that infrastructure pieces on the ground. And so we need folks to, call their council members, call their elected officials, and tell them that they want to see Safe Routes to School policies. Mm-hmm. Tell them that they want to see those infrastructure improvements on the ground in their communities.
Yeah, you were asking me what would make it safe for you to have your kids walk to school. So I'll keep that in mind, and we're going to push for that. Thank you. I appreciate what you're doing right here in Sacramento, ladies.
Thank you.
It's very important. All right, thank you so much. Well, for more information, be sure to visit civicthread.org.